Poplar is in Tower Hamlets, an East London borough where the financial centre of Canary Wharf is neighbours with some of the most deprived areas of the country. Housing association Poplar HARCA has attracted £2.5 billion investment to the area to create opportunities for its community to grow and thrive. Robin Ross went to the East End to find out more. With spectacular views of Canary Wharf in the city, Poplar, East London has an enviable location. The population is set to double in the next 10 years, and millions of pounds of capital and social investment is seeing the area transform.
The biggest change is the sense of community that's been created here.
You see, just looking outside, how vibrant it is. There's so many schools, there's primary schools, secondary schools gone up, cafes, you name it, there's everything here.
This is St Paul's Way. A multi-million-pound regeneration project has made it one of the best streets in Poplar. But a few years ago, it was one of the worst.
St Paul's Way was the worst street. So it had the worst school in Tower Hamlets. It had one of the worst health practices in Tower Hamlets. It had some of the worst housing in Tower Hamlets. The crime, especially youth crime, was also very, very serious. Showed this toxic combination in one street.
Today, the street is unrecognisable. There are new and improved mixed residential homes, a state-of-the-art health centre and 2 new primary schools. A new secondary school has resulted in nearly 70% of pupils going on to Russell Group universities. Leading the project is Poplar HARCA. It owns and manages 9,500 homes, but it does much, much more.
We raised funding from the Wellcome Trust to build a genetics research lab, which means that children at school are getting some of the best science education, genetics research education in the country. And on the basis of that, they began to get children to Oxbridge.
St Paul's Way is part of a wider £2.5 billion regeneration programme for Poplar, Bow and Mile End East. Poplar HARCA is working in partnership with health, education, police and the London Borough of Tower Hamlets. At the heart of St Paul's Way are a coffee shop and a neighbourhood centre.
Poplar HARCA does a really good job of engaging the residents, so making sure regular events. Last summer we had an event for air quality. We closed off the street and everyone was out with stalls and markets, and it really created a sense of community.
Ready, jump!
Everyone is fighting to build a strong community. Poplar HARCA runs Spotlight, a creative youth service. This is one of 6 Spotlight centres in the borough. So far, over 8,000 young people have been helped to get active, get creative and change their lives.
5 young adults actually, they came in and they asked us like, you know, is there any opportunities for people like them, and those are the kids that are described as the most hard to reach, the most disengaged. We got them enrolled into a SIA course, and from that point onwards they went on to get a full-time job in the security industry, which is massive for them because these are the kids that think that, you know, there's no life outside Tower Hamlets.
And there are more who need help. Tower Hamlets has one of the highest youth densities in Europe, with over 25,700 young people aged 12 to 19. This brand new architect-designed mosque is also part of the regeneration of St Paul's Way. It involved Poplar HARCA bringing together faith leaders, local schools and residents. This jewel is open to worshippers and the wider community.
The saying is a diamond. Because it's a unique building, everyone's kind of looking at it, and we actually opened up for the whole community. The communication and what was the idea behind the whole project itself kind of brought us into it and to kind of accepting what they're trying to do. So the consultation we had, all that was really positive.
The whole area has opened up. There's more green space, a new rail station has made it easier to reach, and thousands of jobs have been created. Steve was born and bred in East London, and the majority of Poplar HARCA's board is local.
Our resident satisfaction rates are extremely high, 80% plus, which is very high for inner London. People want to live in Poplar. Poplar is popular.
Naheem also grew up in the area.
This is like me giving back to my community where I'm from, and yeah, it makes, I don't know, it's probably the best job out there now.
And by creating homes and state-of-the-art facilities, along with a sense of belonging, it's hoped this community will be well placed to punch above its weight in the future.